Hi everyone, it's Aisha Beau here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I make one of my signature cheese and charcuterie boards. So here I am in the kitchen. I am about to get started putting together my cheese board, and here are all the items that I'll be using for today. I decided to do something really simple and stick to some of my absolute favorite items that I love to put on almost every cheese board that I make. These are items that can be found in a number of different grocery stores. So again, I kept it really simple and straightforward, but still will be absolutely delicious. So once I've decided on all of the items that I want on my cheese board, now for me to decide what actual board I'm going to use. So I have 3 different cheese boards that I like to use whenever I'm entertaining or I'm having cheese for myself at home, and they all to me give a different look and a different feel to whatever type of gathering that you're having. So I have a smaller squared cheese board that I like to use when it's something intimate, like at home with just me and my fiance, or me and like 1 or 2 other friends. Then I have my Lazy Susan, which I hate calling it a Lazy Susan. I just hate that name. But my round cheese board, which is great for entertaining, and again it moves, which is awesome, so people can kind of switch it around to different sides instead of reaching over to get their meal. Also, it's just so beautiful. I got it from Home Goods, and this is the one that I'm going to be using today, which I absolutely love. I got it from Home Goods, and it can just fit so much on top of it, so I'm absolutely obsessed with that. So the next thing that you do once you've decided on your board, of course, is you actually kind of try to visualize how you're going to lay everything out before you do it. So to help me to do that, I generally like to put my little glass bowls onto the board first. So I have these really cute glass mixing bowls. They're Duralex mixing bowls, and I have like a bunch of different sizes of them. A friend got them for me as a housewarming gift, and I like to put different items from my cheese board into them. So what I'm gonna do is place them on the board however I'd like to, and then from there what I'm going to do is have everything on the board go around them. So you can decide how exactly you want things displayed. I'll most likely put the olives in this bigger bowl right here, and I'll probably have some honey in this one, and then some jam in this little bowl as well. So what do I want to be my center, or something that's going to help guide it around? So I'm just going to place this here, put this here, and maybe I'll have this right here kind of in the middle, and then we'll just have everything go around it from there. So before I get started with cutting my cheese and placing it onto the bowl, I like to actually cut it on a separate cutting board. So I'll take one of my regular cutting boards, and from here I'm just going to cut it on this board and then place them onto the other board. That way I can put everything into the position that I want it to be in, and everything can look even more beautiful. So the cheeses that I'm going to be using today are a Manchego, a Gouda, as well as a goat cheese, and this is everything goat cheese, and I love it so much because it has so much flavor in it. And the reason I picked these 3 cheeses is because they represent 3 different textures. So you're always going to have different palates and different taste buds when you're entertaining, so you want to make sure that you're covering each of those when you choose what items are going to be on your spread and what type of cheese you're going to be using. So if you want, you can go ahead and cut the entire block. For the purposes of today's video, and because I don't really need a ton of cheese, I'm just gonna do about half, or just like a small section of the cheese. So I like to start from the end and then press down on the knife on the other side so that I can get a nice clean cut. If you want, you can keep the end and put that on there as well, but it's not one that can be eaten. So again, just start from the back and then push down so you can get a nice even cut. How beautiful is that? And then I just keep going from there until I get about as many slices as I'd like. And also, don't worry if the size of your slices isn't the exact same across all of them. See, that one was a little bit thinner than the others, but it's fine. it still will taste amazing. So it does not need to be perfect at all. All right, so now I'm just gonna put these ones to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and start to cut my Gouda. Same exact process. Now with my goat cheese, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Because the goat cheese is so soft, I'm not gonna cut it into thin slices like that, because what people will most likely do is use a small knife and scoop up just a little bit of the Gouda, with the goat cheese. People are probably just gonna use a small knife and scoop up some of the goat cheese and smear it onto their cracker. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it in half. That way I can place it directly onto the board, and people can easily just, again, take as much as they'd like to smear on. So I'm just gonna cut it in half, and I'll show you exactly what I do next. You gotta make sure you test too in between. All right, so we're gonna start placing the cheese onto the board. So I am gonna actually start with this Gouda. I decided what I'm gonna do, just to make it look a little bit more festive, is I'm going to leave this side that's uncut on the board, just so it can bring a little extra color to the board. So I'm thinking I might do something this way, and then just drape the cheese down like this, so that it has that nice little ripple effect, which is really cool. So we have that there, and if anyone wants to cut any more pieces for themselves, they can. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to add on the manchego cheese. I like to try to spread them all out on the table. So we're gonna put the manchego cheese here. And again, we're gonna line them up so they have that really nice ripple effect here as well. And it just goes around the jam that I'm gonna put here. And now I'm gonna take my goat cheese and I'm gonna put it here at like a slight angle, and then I'm gonna take my knife, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to smush it down. Just gonna smush this cheese down here. I'm gonna cut it down, make it into little small crumbles that people can go through and use their knives to get. I usually add a little bit more goat cheese, but I really don't need that much today, so I'm just gonna do this much. And it doesn't need to look beautiful, because it's all gonna look beautiful together. Okay, so now we have our cheeses. Now for my second favorite addition, the meat. I love adding charcuterie to my cheese boards. If you don't know already, charcuterie is cured meat that you can just eat as is. And it's generally pork based. So if you're not a pork person, you don't eat meat, you can completely leave this part out. So I love prosciutto. Prosciutto is my absolute favorite. So I'm gonna start off by putting the prosciutto on the board in a somewhat unique way that makes it easy for people to grab and eat along the way. So I'm gonna do these breadsticks. I'm using these garlic breadsticks, which I absolutely love. They pack their own flavor. And I'm actually gonna break them in half because my board is not huge. And with these open ends, just to make it look a little neater and prettier, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna take one of these slices of prosciutto. So I'm gonna take this slice of prosciutto. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect because it'll come out really nicely once you put it onto the stick. And then I'm gonna take it off of here. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and just wrap it around the stick. So I'm gonna go and just wrap the prosciutto around it all the way, however much you would like on there. I like one slice per half of a breadstick. And I think that it's always like a really nice bite for people to have. This is my fiance's favorite part of the cheese boards. They always go the fastest. So I'm gonna do just a few of those right here in this section. Now, the next meat that I'm gonna add is some Genoa salami. And I'm essentially just gonna take it the way that it is. I'm gonna pull them apart briefly because they might be a little stuck together. And again, we want it to be super easy for everyone to grab. And then I'm just gonna go right here. And now that we've gotten our little prosciutto sticks on the board, I'm gonna go in with a little bit more meat, and I'm going to add some Genoa salami to the board as well. So I make sure that I take it out of the package and I separate them, because that will make it so much easier for people to just grab and go. And then from there, I just go around and place them again in this really cute little staggered situation so that it looks super neat and easy to grab and add to your plate. All right, and next I'm gonna add some other crackers because we love crunch on a cheese board. I think, again, the difference in textures and flavors on the board is what makes cheese and charcuterie boards so much fun and so delicious. So I'm gonna add a few of my favorite, these water crackers. I usually like to get the original ones. They have so many different flavors of them. And I'm just going to add it right around here. And I like to put the crackers near where I think they would most likely be dipped into, or they'd be spread with. So I'm putting it right here where I know I'm gonna be adding the jam, or the honey, so that it's a lot easier for people and it's not dripping all over the place. And then now, just to add some more color and vibrance and brightness and freshness to the flavors on the board, I'm gonna go in and add some fruit. I think that no cheese board is complete without adding some type of fruit to it. I think that this is really great in, making people feel a little bit better about what they're eating. So it's not so greedy, but it's a little bit healthy. I don't know. But I think fruit is just such a great contrast to all of these really rich, savory flavors. So I personally think having some grapes and some type of berry is a super easy way to incorporate fruits, so that you can, mix and match on your board. Always make sure that before you place your fruit on the board that you wash it every single time. You never want to put any ratchet grocery store fruit on your board. So make sure that it is completely washed and rinsed, and then just dry it off. Just, dab and dry really quickly so it's not soaking wet on the cheese board. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and drape it right here on the side. And I might even stick the stem part underneath. I'll bend it a little bit so the stem isn't showing too much. All right, so everything is coming together. The board is looking really vibrant, and I am getting hungrier and hungrier by the minute. So let me speed this up a little bit. The next thing that I'm gonna be adding on are some really delicious raspberries. And again, these are, they're great to eat, and also they might even just be great for decoration. Sometimes there are certain things that I'll add to a board just because it looks cute, not necessarily because I want to be the main one digging into it. So I'm just going to grab some of these raspberries and I'm just going to place them sporadically throughout the board so we can get little pops of color here and there. And again, make sure you're washing it. Now we're just gonna go ahead and finish everything off. Our lovely bowls have just been sitting here empty the entire time, so now it's time to fill them up. And one of the things that I love adding to every single cheese board that I make is honey. I am obsessed. I don't know why, it just tastes so delicious with cheese and crackers. So I'm gonna add some honey to this little one right here. And I have this little honey dipper that I bought on, I think it was Amazon actually. I bought this little honey dipper on Amazon. I think it's so cute. So I like to add that right in here. And then I'm gonna go in and add some olives. Whoa. I didn't realize it was gonna spill all over the place. Luckily, we have not damaged the board. We're good. Again, this adds a really nice texture to it, and also some really lovely savory flavors as well. So I'm just gonna add just a few of these whole Kalamata olives to our larger bowl that people can kind of just add or nibble on their own, whatever floats your boat. And last but not least are these figs this fig with cinnamon preserves that we actually got a little while ago, and it's so delicious. So just stir that up, make sure that it's all set, and then I'm just gonna scoop that into this one right in the center here. Give that nice orange color and that fig taste that you want to add to your crackers. It's going to go really, really, really nicely with the cheese. I think it'll go amazing with the manchego cheese because of that contrast in flavors. So voila! That is my cheese board, and that is how I put my cheese board together, and a super simple cheese board to put together. I'm telling you that I have done this specific cheese board so many times, and I know that it's been a hit each and every single time. Every now and then I like to add a few different types of cheeses, some unique types of crackers, different types of meat and fruit. You can always mix and match and play it up to fit any occasion. Again, all of these ingredients you can get at your local grocery store, so they're not too difficult to find. And I'm telling you from experience, I know that this is a crowd pleaser. There's something on here for everyone. And the thing I love about cheese and charcuterie boards is because they're practically their own meal. So my fiance is patiently or impatiently waiting because he is excited to dive into this cheese board as well. And oh, let me not forget one more very, very, very important addition to every single cheese board. What is the most important part of every cheese board? Wine. Hello. Having a cheese board is not complete without a nice glass of wine, and today I'm gonna be having some rosé. I actually found this rosé at my local liquor store. I've never had it before, but the bottle was just so pretty. I was like, I'm gonna take this home and give it a try. It's called the Finca Wolfer Rosé Wine. It has a really beautiful color to it, so I'm hoping that it's a drier rosé. That's kind of my style. I think rosé is something that can be had year-round, but I know a lot of people love it for the summer months, so I figured it would be perfect for this lovely summer cheese board spread. So thank you so much again for watching. I hope that this video was informative and that it inspired you to create a cheese and charcuterie board of your own, whether you're entertaining or if you just want it for your own at-home snack. I think that it's perfect for either option. Thank you so much again for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, be sure to hit that bell icon so you know my next video goes live, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like. Thank you again for watching. Until next time.